So now we've got the voice recorded. I'm going to add some music. I've got my hard drive connected to the computer and I've already selected my music track and placed it on my hard drive. So to get my music file, I just go here to the left and select Media Browser. And this is my hard drive. This is the folder, next folder, and here's my files. So to sample these and see which one I want, I can just click on it. You can see here I've actually got this autoplay button enabled. So if I just click on a file, there we go. And that's actually the jingle that I want to put at the start of my podcast. Now, if I didn't have this autoplay selected, I would in fact need to click on a clip and then press the play button. I want to just have a good look at my full composition here again. So I can go up to the top right and click on this zoom out full. And there I see my music bed track. I'm going to click and drag this over to the track and put it at the front. There we go, we can see the waveforms. So this is our playhead, by the way. I'm just clicking and dragging this. I'm going to put this at the very start of the timeline because that's where I want to listen from. Then I'm going to press the spacebar to play. You're listening to Pracademic. So we can hear the music starts and then we go into the voice. Now, if we look closely, the voice is starting just before the music ends. I actually want to let the music end fully before the voice starts. So that means that I need to push the host track down a little bit. Now, to do that, it's super simple. If you go up here to the top toolbar, you can see I've already got this move selection tool highlighted. I can literally just click on a clip and drag it down the timeline. So I can watch these waveforms. This is where it started. You're listening. And I can see that I want the start of that to come after the music ends. So that's about here. I'm going to click and drag this down. And now I'm going to go back to the start and play to listen back to that. You're listening to Pracademic. Perfect. Now, you don't necessarily need to add sound effects into your intro, but I want to have some fun and add some into mine. So I've got the sound effects also loaded up on my hard drive, so they're also showing up here on the left in my media browser. I just need to decide where I want to place them on the sound effects track. So let's listen to a bit more of the introduction. A podcast that straddles the worlds of academic research and education. Perfect. That's exactly where I wanted to put some sound effects that sound a bit like typing on a keyboard. Now, I can see already that my voice saying the intro is going to start pretty quickly after that, and it might be too soon. So what I want to do is just cut this track at that point. I'm going to go up here to the toolbar and click on the razor and just cut at that point. And you can see now I can go back and grab the move tool and just move this clip down a bit. We'll figure out where exactly that needs to go once I put the sound effect in. Now, just like with the music, I'm going to go through and find the sound effect. I said I'm looking for the typing. I see the words here. I'm just going to double check by playing that back.
MacBook recording, take 1.
Okay, so that's definitely the typing. There was some things at the start of that clip that I don't want, but I'll trim those out once I brought it onto the timeline. So let me click and drag that in. I'm getting this pop-up telling me that the sample rate of the file is different than my session. And if I click OK, it's going to match the session. That's great. That's what I want, so I'm going to say OK. Now, I just want to listen to this track by itself, first of all, so I can get rid of the things I don't want there. To do that, I'm going to solo this track. That's just clicking on the S, and that'll just temporarily mute everything but this. So let me listen to this track again.
MacBook recording, take 1.
Okay, so I want to start here with the typing. I don't want to hear that MacBook recording take 1. I have a couple options. I could use the razor tool like I did before, but even quicker and simpler. I'm already using the move tool. I can just go to the edge here. You see when I hover over it, it gets that little sort of bracket shape with the arrow pointing right. So if I click and drag to the right, it will actually drag all of that back, and then the clip will start here. Let's listen to it. Perfect. Now I think that's probably long enough. You can see that this track is still quite a bit longer, so I'm going to do the same thing on the back end and just click and drag that back. And now let's have a listen to what we've got here. I want to hear it with my host voice. I'm going to turn off the solo.
A podcast that straddles the worlds of academic research and education.
Okay, that's starting a little bit soon. I also want it to land after the voice, so I've got the move tool selected. I'm going to just drag that down until about here. Listen again.
Academic research and education.
Great. I think that's about long enough. I'm going to trim that back. Now I want to hear the next line of the host.
The art of podcasting